All right, everybody, gather around. We need to talk about something that's going to hit your wallets harder than a poorly timed loot box purchase. Microsoft has decided it's time for a little adjustment. Hey, everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into some news that dropped like a ton of bricks. Microsoft is raising prices on its Xbox consoles, controllers, and even some new games. And they're doing it worldwide. Yep, you heard that right. Just when you thought you might finally snag that Xbox Series X, or maybe grab some new accessories, a controller, headset. I know that's anytime I go into GameStop, there's the moms with their sons buying new controllers and headsets because they're always breaking. Microsoft swoops in with price tags starting today, May 1st. When I'm recording this, hardware is going up. So let's break down these shiny new numbers. To start off, the Xbox Series X with the 512 gigabyte hard drive that used to be $299, it is now $379. That's an $80 jump. That's we'll get into that, but that's going to cost you one whole game, and that's hitting the cheapest model with a 25 to 28% increase, and that's the entry level console for Xbox. The next one up, we have the Series S 1 terabyte that used to be $349, it is now $429. And the big boy, the Xbox Series X, was $499 and it is now $599, a $100 jump. And the less common ones, the Xbox Series X Digital is now $549, and the 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition is $729. That's more than a PS5 Pro.
But wait, there's more.
And it's not just the consoles. Nope. These increases have hit the accessories too. So, like I said, that new controller and headset, it may not seem like a whole lot, but the standard Xbox controller, it's only going up by $5. Usually it's $55, $60. I've seen them on sale for some places. Yeah, it's going up $5, but you know, that 5 may not sound like a whole lot, but as one that has 2 nephews that have broken quite a few Xbox controllers, that's going to start adding up. Now, the special edition controllers are going up from $79 to $89, so a $10 jump there. And that premium Elite Series 2 controller, it's going up by $20 from $130 to $150. The core version is now $150, and the full is $199. Even the Xbox headsets are moving to $120, and the stereo headset to $65. Now the wireless headset that's going to $120, that's in the US and Canada, and the stereo headset, the $65, that's US and Canada only. So let's shift things up a little bit now that we've talked about the hardware. Now let's move on to the games. While existing releases aren't seeing a price change, certain upcoming first-party Xbox games are now retailed for $79.99, starting this 2025 holiday season. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, the $80 price tag for Xbox games is here. This applies to both physical and digital. I'm not even going to get into that whole thing about why digital games are costing just as much as physicals. It's ridiculous. Microsoft hasn't specifically said which games will hit this price point, but we might find out at the next Xbox game showcase in June. Now, the good news in all this, and it's the thing that people really care about with Xbox, as of right now, The Xbox Game Pass pricing is remaining the same. That's for now. As we all know, these things always change. Do we really have to ask the question, why is this all happening? Microsoft's official line, according to their support page, is market conditions and rising cost of development. They acknowledge that these changes are challenging and were made with careful consideration. That's just standard corporate speak. That's what we hear from Microsoft. We've heard it from Sony. We've heard it from Nintendo as well. But digging in a little deeper into these sources, a lot of the analysts and reports are pointing fingers elsewhere. And a lot of these sources suggest that the 145% tariff on Chinese imports are a significant factor. Since Xbox consoles and their components are primarily manufactured in China, these tariffs directly increase production costs. And some analysts even suggest Microsoft is spreading these costs globally to soften the blow in their largest market, right here at home, the US. And these price rises reportedly come amid uncertainty over these tariffs. But from what I've seen online, it's like it's really hard, because I see a lot of stuff that people have broken down these numbers, and these numbers that these people are coming up with don't match the tariff percentages. Now people are talking, these middlemen now see this as an opportunity that they are going in and jacking and throwing in a lot of their own fees with this stuff too. So this all raises some interesting questions about Xbox strategy, which has been shifting quite a bit recently. Microsoft is reportedly shifting focus from just selling hardware to emphasizing services like Games Pass and releasing more games on multiple platforms. Like their famous one, the one that everybody loves for Xbox, Forza Horizon 5, which is now showing up on the PS5. Some sources suggest that these higher console prices might reflect a reduced emphasis on hardware sales. So this is something that Rob and I have talked about a lot. It makes you wonder, if they're taking Forza and putting it on PlayStation, and now that the console price is going up, Games Pass is available on PC, it brings back that question that people have been asking for the last couple of years. Why own an Xbox then? Why? Microsoft is apparently hoping that things like the Xbox Play Anywhere, cloud gaming, and the value of the Game Pass will keep players engaged. They've even reportedly planned a next generation console. Perhaps even including a handheld with that. But interestingly, despite hardware potentially declining, Microsoft recently posted record Q3 quarterly earnings for gaming, with Games Pass revenue alone up 45% year over year. So from a business perspective, their strategy might be working, even if the price hikes are tough on the consumers. Well, so there you have it. Xbox prices are going up. Consoles, controllers, and even their first-party games. Potentially. They, like I said, they haven't fully disclosed which games, but Microsoft says it's due to market conditions and rising costs, like we hear from all of them. While reports point heavily to the tariffs, it's a challenging time to be a gamer with prices increasing across the board. And I just have to say, with a game that I just tried a couple days ago, Claire Obscured, phenomenal game made by a very small development company. $40-$50 that game is, and people can't stop talking about it. But what do you guys think? Are these price hikes justified? Does it change your plans for buying Xbox consoles, accessories, and games? please let me know down in the comments below. And if you found this helpful at all, please hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And if you didn't, you're even welcome to go ahead and hit that thumbs down. Just any would be helpful. Thank you all for watching if you've come this far, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.